Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 154 of Petey's Awesome Guest Panel. Now, before we introduce tonight's legendary wild force-driven guest star, I would like to introduce tonight's co-host for this evening. First off, my buddy, who is the Ed McMahon to my Johnny Carson, Mr. Christopher Petey.
Hey, yo.
Oh,
By the way,
hey,
did you pat it that?
yeah.
Chris, did you pat it that? You can't say hi-yo because that's patting, but you can pat hey-yo.
Still don't have the money to talk to the lawyers, man.
Well, you have my support, man. Also joining us tonight, from the lounge from down under, Miss Jessie Devine.
Hi.
We're going on more with our international tour. Joining us from jolly old England, Mr. Kwame Jacobs.
What's up, guys?
Love having you, Plum Kwam. Represent. I love our guest stars energy. I love it. We're gonna get to that right now, very soon, sir. And also introducing tonight, representing Morphin Time Fitness, Mr. Rob Dunnan.
What's up, everybody? What's up, Drew? Good to see you again, my friend.
Love the shirt, man. I also want to introduce tonight also a longtime Power Ranger fan. He is damn well known in the prop industry as Dan the Prop Man, Romano.
Hey, Pete, thanks for having me. Phil, great to see you again and just glad to be here.
Hey, Romano, what's up, dude? How are you, man?
Good, how you been?
Good.
And now to introduce tonight's guest host tonight, he is a Power Ranger legend. He is the star of Wild Force, a man that I've great amount of respect for and idolized since I was 12 years old. My guest at this time is Magret himself, Mr. Phillip Andrew. Welcome, sir. How are you today?
Guys, thank you guys so much for having me, man. It's good to be here, man. It's good to talk to you guys, man. Awesome. So super cool.
I got goosebumps right now, just every single day. And let me just say, sir, like I said this before to Lex Lang when I met him because he voiced Zanaku, and you of course were the counterpart. You were the alter ego of Counter, where you gave me no sleep for an entire week after you stole the Rangers crystal balls.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I mean, well, first and foremost, Lex is a really cool dude. So, I was at a convention, what was it, a month and a half ago or something like that in Vegas. He was there. I was in one like a month and a half before that in Houston. He was there. So every once in a while, I get to catch up with Lex and be like, hey, what's going on? But Lex has done so much voiceover acting. I mean, good for him, man. I mean, it's amazing. But what's sad is that, well, I want to call it sad, is that I've never really, just because of the time that we have at conventions, I've never really been able to sit down and say, hey, what did you do for for this role? How did you audition? How did you come up with that voice that you did? And you're going, do it, like, how did you do this? And one day though, Lex and I'll sit down and I'll be able to ask him that. But super cool dude though. Super cool guy. Yeah.
Very cool. And we're gonna dive into the questions here, sir. And before I do, I just want to give a special shout out to a wonderful man named Christian who is responsible for making this interview happen. Thank you, Christian. You're a wonderful man, sir.
Yeah.
Sir. Thank you.
Christian is awesome. Guys, give me 1 second. Hold on 1 second over here. All right, sorry, my hair is driving me crazy. Sorry, guys, I gotta put on my hat. Sorry,
That's
Well, you
okay.
got good at
That's
it.
fine, man.
My hat.
No worries, it's
The
cool.
hair is driving me crazy right now. I'm like sitting there like, yeah, guys. It's good talking to you guys, and it's amazing to be on this pedestal that I was gifted at doing. I mean, yeah, it was a hard 7, 8, 9 auditions or whatever, but 20 some odd years later, let's go 10. Let's make it, let's be, yeah, we'll be fair to ourselves. 10 years ago we did. No, I'm joking.
Feels like 10 years ago, not 20.
Yeah, but no, it's great talking to you guys, and yeah, man. So yeah, shoot.
Awesome. And we've had many of the Wild Four stars on the show in the past. So we had Jack Guzman 3 times. We had your partner Anne Marie Crouch on the show, which wonderful woman.
Oh, Anne Marie,
Uh,
I love her. Yeah, yeah.
I love
He's the best. I
you
love
both have
Anne.
you
She's
both have
amazing.
great
Emery's the
chemistry.
best.
I loved the episode the flute and sing song. Like you both were absolutely perfect in those 2 episodes.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of crazy. I make a joke. I always tell people like, why is it the flute? I mean, because well, I'll get into this here in a little bit. I'll get into like, why couldn't I play the saxophone or something like that?
Oh,
That
that
would
would
have
have
been
been so
awesome.
cool.
Like Merrick just sitting there playing saxophone, and then the crystals appear, and you just sit there playing the saxophone or something like that. That would have been really cool. But no. What's crazy is on a lot of panels at shows that we get asked is, who's your favorite character by your other season? Everybody's gonna answer Tommy Oliver or something like that, or the original guys. But in reality, I think the majority of us, and we've actually had to drop this out on a panel before because they asked us a question we couldn't really answer, and it's, guys, we just went in there to film, and that's it. We don't know the circuit. We don't, now that I'm back in the loop, I'm trying to figure it out. That's why, whenever I started doing Twitch stream, we started with, the Wild Force season at the beginning, and and I hadn't seen that since, I think, basically once we finished it, or maybe the rough tapes. So that was pretty cool. And then going back and watching the actual real Wild, I'm sorry, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, which we're doing right now. We're gonna go through every season, but it's just kind of crazy watching that right there. It's like, oh my gosh, geez, like I'm part of a universe that, when this debuted in 1993, I was already in high school, you know. So, I mean, I wasn't watching I mean, me personally, I wasn't watching cartoons or anything like that. I'd heard of the show. I'd heard, oh yeah, that kid show Power Rangers. All right, cool. And that's, growing up or whatever and stuff like that. And here I am. I'm graduating high school in 97 and had
Whoa.
not even one thought that this would be a future for me. I mean, I didn't even think about that. Everybody, nobody talked about it. I mean, we were in high school. That was kid stuff. And so, basically, what I'm getting to is my how I got casted on this. Is it okay, guys, if I tell you this?
Yes, that's
Oh, yeah,
actually
totally.
Yeah,
one of
yeah,
my
Yeah,
questions.
yeah, man.
absolutely.
Yeah,
All right,
go
all
for
right.
it. Go
So,
for it.
basically, this was my first job in Hollywood, and I'd moved there in 2000. My childhood best friend and I, we moved out to San Diego in '99, and then like 8 months later, 2000, I moved up to San Diego, and I had some friends that lived up there. Or, I'm sorry, I moved up to LA, and I had some friends that lived there and everything, and I was working at a job, and one guy just said, "Hey, kid, what are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, all right, we need to watch out. We know what's going on. All kind of stuff." And well, now we do. But anyway, so I'm just kind of like being protective of myself, small town, kind of kid, whatever. And then I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. Anyway, long story short, got hooked up with a guy that taught me for 8 months, 8 months, like one on, like once a week, and then gave me, line sides to read and show up the next week, bam 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 bam, after 8 months being, hey, we're gonna get you an audition to this agency right here. Bingo. Went in there, did the audition for the agency. Bingo. They said, hey, yeah, we want to sign you. All right, cool. They just started sending me out for everything. I'm talking about movies, TV shows. I mean, you're 22, they're sending you out for everything. So I auditioned for Time Force the year before.
2001.
I
Who
I,
did you
I did.
audition for Time Force?
That's what me and
Yeah,
Jess
well,
came in.
whoa, no, hold on. I know I got something for you guys. Hold on. I got
Can't wait
something
to-
for you guys
I
on
can't
that
wait.
right there. So, I didn't get it, but I went in the next year and obviously, Wild Force and auditioned about 7 or 8 times or something like that. I mean, it was an astronomical the process of the audition. I mean, they had me on film. They had me, spinning around doing kicks, all that kind of stuff or whatever. Even though I'm not martial arts or anything, but I can make it, work or whatever. And then we go on a Christmas hiatus with no word. And then they came back and they said, well, they called my agency. Well, we want to see him again. We're almost there. We want to see him one more time. And my agent just said, dude, you've seen him 6 7 times right now. You got him on film. You have this. Either hire him or fuck off.
Oh, damn.
Be blunt right there. And so they told my agent, like, okay, he's hired. All right, cool.
Way to go, man. I'm glad you got it.
Great.
Yeah. So basically that's how it happened right there. Yeah. No, it was crazy. And to answer the question that came up there, no, I did not audition for the Lunar Wolf Power Ranger. I do not believe anybody auditioned for their actual role. They were doing roles from previous seasons, and then they said, "Hey, would this person fit on what we already have written out for a character?"
Hmm.
So I did not audition. I mean, I had no idea. I was auditioning for a Power Ranger, but not for the Lunar Wolf Ranger. I had no idea. Nobody told me anything until I said I got hired. They said, come to the studio. We're going upstairs. We're going to be in a table. It's one of those big oval round tables, a bunch of people in there. This is, excuse me, this is your character, and this is what you're going to do. And this is how it's going to go.
Oh,
And do you want to keep going? Because I got
yeah.
I got
Yeah,
I
this
got
is
I got
interesting.
Come on.
I got the funniest
Keep
thing
going.
I got
Please,
the
we love to hear these stories.
funniest thing you'll ever hear.
Please.
Yeah,
So
come on. Shoot.
Petey, all right, so I get in there and I'm going there and my first job. So I remember Philip Jean Marie was, I mean, he was an angel on my shoulder basically. And I kept, going on talking to him like, oh, you're out of frame. You're out of frame. Like, what are you talking about? Like, whatever. And then Philip Jean Marie comes over to me. He's like, you see that neon X right there? You have to hit that when you're doing your line, or else the camera's gonna be out of focus. And I'm like, really? Damn, I thought they just picked that up all themselves. I was like, no, dude, no. And it's like, that's where I'm green right there. It's like, no. You gotta hit that mark, and because you can see it peripheral vision, that's why they put it, neon. So and so, all right, cool, whatever, did it. And then about 3 weeks into shooting, I had the executive producer come down to the ADR whenever I was doing ADR, and he brought this acting coach, which none of us liked. None of us liked. I mean, she was,
Uh,
she was horrible. I mean, if Koichi was directing, Koichi Sakamoto, if he was directing, he'd be like, "Get that lady off my set. I don't want her. I don't want her messing with my actors. I don't want anything." So, but then yet he would allow her on sets when he wasn't directing. So it was kind of it was very confusing, right? So anyway, they come down to the ADR area whenever I'm, you guys know ADR, right?
Yeah.
Voiceover,
Oh,
where
yeah.
like, all right, so
Yeah.
whatever, hey, 1 2 3, oh, go over there. Oh, I got you, bro. Yeah, go. All right, all right, cool. All right. So so they came in there and said, what you're doing works for a 2-hour movie, But what this is a kids' TV show. We need you to be a little over the top. And I was like, oh, fuck me, dude. I'm like,
Damn.
fuck me. Like, oh, no. So I had a hard time getting, well, not only that, but you know, Power Rangers was shot in Japanese style film. It wasn't master shots. There was not a lot of master shots. It was just blah blah blah, cut, turn the camera, blah blah blah, cut, camera, show your hand, cut, show your hand here, cut, turn on, blah blah blah, cut, blah blah blah, cut. Nothing to where you could sit there and just actually, like, interact with your opposite, actors or actresses, whatever it is, or bugs or whatever it is. And but there was this one director, Worth Keeter, Mariner, came in there, and the first day he came in there, he said, "All right, what we're gonna do here is called a master shot." And then my if I had like long what do you call them, what kind of dog, whatever, and my ears just went like this. I was like, master shot, and it's like bam, bing, master shot going around the pool table, master shot, and I'm saying my lines, I'm doing it like this way, whatever. Bingo. It was awesome, dude. It was so super cool. But whenever, so to go back, whenever he said that, a couple of about a month later, I want to say about a month and a half later, I got a call up to the executive producer's office who was dumb.
Uh-oh.
And oh shit, I'm about to get fired. Oh my God, here we go.
They got promoted.
Well, we got something for you. And they're like, what? And then they gave me my action figure, the one where I'm on the motorcycle and has
Yeah.
Yeah.
face on it. You turn around, it says features the real actor's face, whatever. And I'm sitting there, I'm sitting there in front of the producer, and everything, like executive producer and everything. I'm just sitting there and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, oh dear, this might be a big deal. So it was really cool. It was really humbling experience, and yeah, I mean, it's been awesome, So anyway, you guys go ahead. I've been talking too long. You guys go ahead.
No, we actually love these stories. Like, Mr. Andrews, I do have a question though. Like to see, I always Andrew, pardon me.
Yeah.
Mr. Andrew, I have a question though, and I always wondered this as a kid though. We all know that Merrick is an avid, longtime fan of billiards. Is Philip Andrew a big fan of billiards pool?
Great question. I don't play pool all the time. I'm just one of those guys where maybe I'm hot one of those two games, and then I'm cold. It's where the ball, where the balls line up, if I can hit it or whatever. I always like to tell myself, if I can have a couple of beers, then maybe it kind of relaxes me and I do a lot better because I'm not thinking so much. But am I Merrick doing that? Hell no, I'm not Merrick doing that shit. I mean, I don't think anybody on this planet could do what the hell he did on a pool table.
Do that. And I gotta ask you too, as an actor though, because I ask all my guest stars this question too, and I'm gonna put you in a scenario right here, Mr. Andrew. Like, if you were given a scene, and this scene is and deals with a lot of raw emotions, and this scene requires you and your co-star to do a scene in which you guys got to get into this heated argument, and say that your co-star goes up to you and says, "Mr. Andrew," and he says that because he has the most greatest respect in the whole wide world for you. He goes, "Mr. Andrew, there is a scene that we have to do in which we have to get into this altercation." Now, I know it may sound weird, but I have a great idea where we can not only enhance this scene, but also make it believable to the audience at home. And that is where you can make me cry in frustration on site. If you were approached with that type of method by that coach star, what would your reaction be and what would you say to him?
I would say do it.
Okay.
Honestly, I mean that's how you get that out of your actors and actresses. If you're having a hard time with it. Now, I mean, look, I mean, look, let's be real. Some people are good at turning it on and turning it off. Some people aren't, method acting, I think I to each his own, I guess. It's not my thing. It's I mean, yeah, I did put a rock in my shoe whenever it was to make me, kind of limp more. I would do stuff like that. But to go to that point to where you would wait, am I answering?
Yeah, you are. You are. You're
Am I
actually.
answering
Yeah,
this
you are.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. I don't necessarily think that that's the way to go. I think you can do it different ways, but then again, there's some actors and actresses that can turn it on just like that. Bingo.
True.
There are some that can't. Hey, it's a crime scene. You gotta put some menthol, eye drops in right before roll, and it happens. I've done it. I did it in hazing. I did it. I had menthol, whatever. And then Brad Dourif was looking at me like, "What?" I was like, "Oh my God, oh shit." But I mean, to each his own, basically. I mean, to me, it's not my thing. Nero, what are you doing? What are you doing, bro?
And that's a fun fact. That's what got Eric Stoltz fired from back to this YouTube was his method acting.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Again, I mean, absolutely. That's Rob. Rob, good call on that. They do have the side by sides. You can see the. I mean, you can look it up on YouTube now. They didn't release it for many years, but you look it up on YouTube right now, and he was doing more of a serious thing when they wanted more comedy, and yeah, I mean, you can look. It's crazy, Rob, right there. Like how and Eric Stoltz is a great actor. He just wasn't what they were, and it's funny how they shot 6 weeks of that movie and said this isn't working, and like, hey, Family Ties, the studios, hey, can we get them on the weekends and at nights? And they're like,
Want to see
okay.
that cut if it's out there.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I even read a story once where he doesn't even remember filming Back to the Future because he literally would leave the set of Family Ties and go shoot the Back to the Future in the night scenes and shit like that and everything. So, you know, um, but no, method acting. I think it's dangerous. I think it's dangerous for your mental capacity and stuff like that. Whenever I was aspiring to do that back in the day, that was one of what I wanted to do. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go hump down into in the desert or something to create my character. And I'm like, dude, come on, dude, man, dude. Either you can do it, man. Either you can do it or you can't, man. Don't do that shit. It's stupid. But it's not well, let me back that it's not stupid. It's just something I wouldn't recommend for.
It's not your cup of tea.
It's not my cup of tea, and I wouldn't recommend it for anybody else. It can be a mentally hazardous kind of thing for you. So
Yeah,
What
it screws some people up.
it can.
yeah, yeah, I mean, you see some people get on pills because they don't want. I mean, Heath Ledger. I mean,
Oh
no,
yeah.
I mean that's not that hasn't been perceived as his cause of death, but prescription pills, up all night, not sleeping at night a whole lot, shit like that. It's like, come on, dude, man, you're playing with your life right there, dude, man.
Yeah.
It's
Totally.
that or you're losing like 150 pounds again. What was that movie that Christian um
Christian Bale. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
oh
It was
yeah,
a
the
Vice.
Oh, the pilot.
machine,
He played
the machinist.
Cheney.
Yeah, well, he was all I was like, dude, come on, dude. I was like, I ate an apple and a piece of bread a day for. I'm like, dude, come on, man. Come on. What's up, buddy? What's up?
Plus, they have makeup now. He could have done it through there. Just wear a fat suit and just latex on his face. He could have done it that way too. But
Yeah,
whatever, he wanted to gain the
pretty
weight.
much, pretty much. Yeah, yeah. No, hey, Nero. No, no,
He-
no.
Uh,
Yeah. What? 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 No. 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 No.
Aw.
Hold on. Hold on.
Is that the pup?
No worry.
He's on to that is pet.
I'm thinking it's a cat.
We're gonna find out.
Okay. Maybe not.
Oh, all right, cool. Here we are. All right, sorry.
So Kwame had a question before before he asks the question though. We have a shout out from Kevin Epley, sir. He said, he said to tell you hit a flex for Morphin Time Fitness. Quote Kevin Epley.
Wait, do what?
To hit quote unquote hit
Flex.
a flex like flex your pecs for Morphin Time Fitness.
Morphin Time Fitness Flex. Little Wolf Wild Force.
That's awesome.
He will be in Atlanta for Ranger Stop.
And
Oh yeah, guys, yeah. Petey, you gonna be there?
I'm not, but I will be there for your May 31st when you come to Brooklyn. For that.
Okay, yeah. Could you? Yeah.
I'm gonna be a Ranger Stop.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
guys.
should come out.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Yeah, Ranger Shop's
I
gonna
should
be
come
fun.
out.
Yeah, Ranger Shop.
I should come out to that Brooklyn event.
Say it again.
I'm thinking about coming out to that Brooklyn event because I'm not far from there at all. I'm like an hour, but I don't know if I'm around that weekend.
Oh, I'm in Coney Island, nearby.
Well, yeah. I mean.
Well, you're in Brooklyn. I'm in Suffolk County. I'm in the burbs.
Wait, Suffolk County. Oh wait, shit. Where's that?
Long Island.
Long Island. Okay. Well, Rob,
You were there, didn't you? Go to Jake 58 with Jim and Kristen.
yeah, I
like
did.
A year ago?
I think it was. Was it Pandora's Box? Was it? What was it in Long Island?
Yeah.
I think it was Pandora's Box. Yeah, I think that's what.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really, really cool story right there. Hats off to those guys. Yeah, it was really cool.
And hopefully we get you to Chicago one of these days too.
I was in Chicago.
You were in Chicago? I didn't know that.
The end of March. I was
I
there.
didn't know that.
I was in there at DuPage comic. It was a 1-day show.
Oh, okay.
But
That's funny.
Daniel, they all right. I've heard about Chicago pizza. Okay, we went to Pequod's. You know Pequod's?
No.
Sadly, no.
It's downtown.
Never heard of it.
It's supposed to be Jesse. Wait, are you Chicago?
No, I live in. I live in the east coast of Australia, which is one day.
You're in
ahead of us.
Australia. We got Jesse from Australia here.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it either. I'm not even from the US. I'm from the UK.
Jesse, what time is it there?
It's 10:34 a.m. in the morning.
Okay, all right. Hey, it kind of works out. Early morning, somewhat not too late for us here. So yeah, Jesse. Well, awesome, right on, divine.
Hey.
I like it. It's very divine.
Me too. Adam's divine.
Now, Phillip, Kwame has actually a two-part question. The first question is something we ask all of our guests, well, actually the Power Ranger ones. And I wanted to ask this question really badly, but I don't want to come off very selfish, so I'm going to share my wealth, and I'm going to let my buddy here ask that question. So go ahead, Kwame, ask the question for Phil.
I will, but I was going to say one thing real quick.
Go ahead.
Because
Go on.
I've got my own Sonic universe. It's based on Wild Force, and it's also based off your character, Phil. I've got my own universe of Wild Force because I wanted to base my Sonic characters from the cast of Wild Force because I wanted to represent you and the others. It's my way of showing respect to my favorite team of Rangers. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, and wait, no, what con are you going to? And what are you dressing up as? Did I hear that right? I'm sorry.
Oh wait, no, you didn't hear me right. I'm not going to any convention. Well, I mean, I got one here next month. Basically, what I said was, I've got my own Sonic universe where it's called Wild Force.
Oh, okay.
Basically, yeah, I got my own wolf character. His name's Logan. He's a lot like Merrick. Because I wanted to base him off of you. because it shows I respect you as well.
Why Logan?
Don't ask, okay? It's hard for
Okay,
me.
all right,
It's hard for me.
because you will, because that's Wolverine.
Very funny.
Yeah.
It's hard for
So,
me to
so if
say.
you're gonna do
Bingo.
Logan, yeah, no, Kwame, stay with me, stay with me,
That's cool.
It's all
stay
good,
with me,
buddy.
stay with me.
It's all
Now,
good.
if you're gonna stay with me, buddy, stay with me. If you're gonna do that, then do you can't do Logan. That's Wolverine. You gotta come up with I mean, there's Merrick. I mean, you could always just go with the home base right there.
I like it.
Where where'd he go?
I'm still here. I'm just listening to you.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. All right.
And I
Um,
was in that
yeah.
idea you
Oh
mentioned.
yeah,
That
my man. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, look. Yeah, no. You can't. Yeah, you can't do Logan because that's already X-Men right there. So we'll have to try and get a different. But you're doing like an alternate wolf. It has nothing to do with Power Rangers, correct? But it's a wolf, correct?
How do I explain it? I've already got most of the other characters. It is a different universe, slightly like Power Rangers, but different.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, yeah, but all right. Well, then cool. Well, then don't use Merrick. Don't use Logan either. So
Yeah.
now, so here,
I
Kwame,
understand. I
here's
get it.
here's the thing right here. You create your own. That's the super cool thing to do right there is create your own. No other name, no nothing. It's your own creation of a name and your own design of a superhero. Make it your own. How about that?
Yeah.
Eric and Logan are already taken. So, all
Yeah.
right. So, figure out who it is. I mean, somebody you met in your past life or somebody, or a sports star, and you create that first name with the last name of a sports star, or you reverse it or some shit like that. I mean, that's usually how I've created names in the past whenever I played Madden, back in, 2000, 2001, that kind of thing. Anyway,
Okay.
but yeah, but
I understand. Thanks for the advice.
sorry, I was just being like, yeah, but yeah, man, dude, go with it, dude. Kwame, go with it, man. Dude, go with
Thanks.
that, dude. Yeah.
Okay.
It's called creating your own. There you go.
Mm-hmm. I'll see what I
Your,
can do with
your,
your
your,
advice you gave. I'll
hey,
do it.
hey, your own names, and your own story. There you go. Bingo. There you go. That's how
Thanks.
you do it. Your own name, your own story.
Sure. Yeah, I'll
Bingo.
definitely take that in mind with your advice.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Anyways, for my question, before I forget. Okay. How does it feel to be a legend?
Uh, uh, I, you know what? To be honest with you guys, it's sinking in because again, whenever Rangers was released in 1993, I was already in high school. And so again, whenever I did it, hey, whatever, and then I said it a little bit ago, hey, the action figure, this might be a big deal, kind of thing. Yeah, it was cool, whatever. I didn't know that all these cons were going on for so long. I mean, I was not on social media. I was literally basically I was in the woods in a cabin, basically, in so many words. And so, got an amazing agents, and people starting to do this, and now to be able to talk to you fans and everything like that, it's great. But to answer your question, I it's awesome. It really is. I mean, it's cool. I mean, you take it with a grain of salt, because I've seen so many people that have such a big head, and I've never had that. And I, it's just it's amazing now that I started getting on social media and I've got somebody that does all this stuff, helps me with all this stuff. Like I wouldn't be able to log in all that kind of stuff earlier. I have somebody doing that for me. I was like, all right, cool. Hey man, dude, hook me up with this, whatever, whatever, and help me in this. You're my manager agent and all that kind of stuff. But now is basically he is he and a lot of other people have introduced me more to the Power Ranger universe. Not only that, but the anime universe too. So I'm trying to I'm really trying to get into that. But it's just again, you take it with a grain of salt. You never get a big head. But to show up at a convention and see the amount of fans that come up and say, hey, this is what you did for me, this is the fact that I know that I touched somebody's life. um and I've had some people say, hey, I was about to kill myself, and then I started watching your season, and it turned my life around. I mean, that's when you have to fight back the tears, and then you go there and hug them, hey, whatever, and stuff like that, and you know, so you know, so again, I guess to actually answer that whole thing. It's been awesome. It's been awesome, especially since I got back in the game and I got on social media. Because beforehand I didn't even acknowledge Power Rangers. I went to a convention every several years. I didn't realize it was like a whole big thing. What it is now, you can go all over the place, but um, it's it makes me feel special knowing that I can make other people uh other people's lives um special, if that makes sense. and
Absolutely.
and to to
Well said.
touch their heart, hear their story. And it's just mind-blowing that which I just portrayed a character in a TV show. um you know it's just amazing sometimes, the stories you hear. And I had a guy at one con, and he was dressed up. I can't remember what he was dressed up as. I think maybe like Star Wars or something like that. He came over and he was just like, dude, he paid for an autograph, all that kind of stuff, whatever. But he was like, dude, you, everybody else just changed my life. You know, I literally had a gun to my head and I had to go get some help, but also watching you just did that, and it's just like, oh my God, like wow, like you know, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
It is, and
It's
Man,
really crazy, dude. But
yeah.
it's an honor to do it, is what I'm saying. If that answers a question, it's a great honor. Jack Guzman he's really great at how he. I'm not as good as he is at relaying, something like that to people. Jack's awesome. Jess, I mean,
Mm.
everybody. I mean, Philip, John Marie. I mean, I mean, everybody.
same
Everybody
law.
from other seasons. Everybody from other seasons too. Everybody's great. And that's why Atlanta Pop. It's great with all these big ones because it for the majority of us, um, it's a fraternity sorority.
Yeah.
We're family. We're family. We
Mhm.
meet up and like, hey man, what's going on? How's your family? You doing all right? You doing all right? Cool, cool, cool. Whatever. Here and there, there's ones I've never met. Whatever seasons, but I enjoy meeting Rangers from other seasons. I enjoy showing up to shows. Oh shit! What season was this one in? Or hey, how are you? It was yeah. How was your experience down in New Zealand? I was the last one that shot in L.A. So obviously you New Zealand or hey, Trace Lane Cruz comes in town. She's cool, and and we got Justin Nemo and
Wonderful guy.
and bunch of Karen Ashley, Nakia, all I mean, just great people. I mean, it's just every time we see each other, it's hi, it's a big hug. How are you? How's your life? How's your family? Bingo. That's how it is. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't go that way for everybody, but the ones that want to do it are really cool, and we enjoy every bit of it. It's awesome. Yeah.
You definitely left a huge impact on not only like it's like the entire fan base of Power Rangers, but everyone here on this panel here. And I want to show you something. I actually have two surprises for you. One of them is actually a gift for you, Mr. Andrew. And I
Ah,
got this actually 2 days ago. It's actually available on YouTube now. It is the ultimate best of Phillip Andrew. It has every unmorph scene you did as Merrick. It's an hour and 30 minutes long. It's from all Wild Force episodes, all
oh wow.
Wild Force. It's available, and I believe, let's see, yeah, it's an hour and let me see, an hour and 25 minutes long.
Petey, can you send that to my? Can you link that to my YouTube page? If
Oh, I
done,
did. I sent it to Christian.
oh, you did? Okay, all right, cool. I'll have
Uh,
Christian get on that. Absolutely,
that-
yeah. Sorry, guys. I mean, I have a team that pretty much runs my Instagram. I'll get on there
Oh,
or my social media every now and then. I'm not tech savvy, so I try to do the best I can. But
that's cool.
but Petey,
I,
yeah, yeah. I saw Kwame. I saw that look on your face right there. You're like, Jesus, guy, he has no idea what technology. What is going on?"
No,
I saw that
no,
look,
no.
Kwame. I saw that look on your face just a minute ago, dude. Do not lie to me.
Kwame?
No. I
No,
mean, having a whole
no, Kwame.
team on your
No,
to
no,
control your social
Kwame.
medias, I'm like,
Oh,
wow,
no.
you don't get it's like you don't get free time on your social medias, right?
No, no, Kwame. No, no. To quote Brian
Oh,
Griffin,
that's too
no,
funny.
no. Um, I do. I
Oh
have another
gosh.
surprise for you too, Mr. Andrew, and this is the other one. 2 years ago, in honor of Power Rangers' 30th year anniversary, I handcrafted a diorama that has every single villain ranger you can imagine right here in this thing. It's hard to see, but let me pull it up right now. This is the diorama I made, and it has every ranger, villain, ally from every general, every team. You are in there. I'm gonna see if I can try to zoom in, but that's the team of the Rangers. It has every single Rangers from Mighty Morphin to Ninja Steel.
Oh my
And
gosh.
you are in this thing. If I can find you, I will pull you up in this. And
So-
I not only have you, but I also have your Zanaku in the villain section too. Which
okay, yeah. I was about to ask you. Yeah, yeah. I'm actually, excuse me. I'm actually gonna have some Zanaku. Guys, coming down to Atlanta. Surprise! I had a really cool guy, Brian. I want to shout out to Brian right now. And he made me an awesome Lunar Wolf helmet.
cool.
But
Ooh.
on top of that, he made me a Zanaku helmet,
Ooh.
and he put wires inside, and it takes the batteries, and you click it on, and the eyes turn on.
That's so cool.
That
And
is
Yeah,
so,
because
so yeah. So,
like this.
uh, yeah, oh yeah, booyah.
Oh,
Love it.
hello.
Yeah. So I will have those at my table. I have those. I have those VHSs. I'll have
You
those at
do?
my table. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Mr. Andrew, did you ever see this though? This is a special book. It's exclusive on certain Morphicons. Did you
I've
see?
seen that.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you know about your history then, right? And you saw the pages in this, right? Where it has your season.
I've signed them. I've never actually read it, but I've signed them.
I'm gonna see if I can pull up. I think you
I've
are
read it.
featured in this. This is the
I've read it. It has so much details.
there we go, right there. Let's see if I
Just
can
so
pull it up.
Yeah, I got one
Yep,
of those.
yep.
Too.
It's
There's,
just-
there's a
Sign that,
lot of
yeah.
So
stuff.
inspiring, you know?
Oh, there we go. I thought I had to share that with you.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Very inspiring, you know?
Yes. We have 10 minutes before we wrap up because I see my clock is
Oh.
running out because we already
Oh,
set it to
boy.
an hour though because I think we only have an hour set on this thing.
Okay.
Which, Mr. Andrew, like in the future, would you be interested in coming back on for part two?
Oh, PD, absolutely, man. Again, it just for me, it's awesome talking with fans, and you guys are respectful. Not what to ask about, and that's awesome. But always, it's great to I mean, there could be Oh, bingo. I remember this. I remember this is what happened when we did this scene or and that's I mean literally I mean that's what we did when we did Twitch with Wild Force. But still even with watching the new ones and going up there, going, forward with it, it's really cool to just sit there and talk about behind the scenes stuff. Hey, I don't remember that, but hey, this is what happened with us here, stuff like that. But yeah, Petey, yeah, man, anytime, dude, anytime, man. I would love it. It's great. It's great talking to fans. I mean, it's just, I love this. It's
We
great.
we love having you on. And let me just
Yeah.
say, like, it meant absolutely not only to everyone in the panel, but it meant so much to have you on here. Like, I was trying, like, for years I've been trying to get you on because I've been a longtime fan of your work. I've always said you're on my Mount Rushmore of in his Rangers history for two reasons. One, you're on the Mount Rushmore for evil Rangers turn good, and you're also on the Mount Rushmore for best six Ranger, in my opinion.
Oh man, Petey, thank you very much, man. That's awesome, guys, man.
He's
That's
stating
that's
facts.
awesome.
He's stating facts, you know? He's stating
Yeah,
facts.
appreciate you, buddy, man. Appreciate you guys,
Likewise,
dude.
and I feel like, again, I don't mean to sound like a little kid, but I feel like that 12-year-old boy watching Wild Force when I was in the fifth grade, and that's talking to you, it's
Hmm.
so cool. Like
Yeah.
after a hard day at work, I can honestly say, Mr. Andrew, talking like doing this interview right now is absolutely making my day. It's making my night. Pardon me.
Oh man, dude, Petey, guys, man, Daniel, who else do I have right here? Daniel, who else?
We got Jesse, Kwame, Robbie, and
Oh,
Chris.
there we go, Kwame, Kwame, and yeah. All right,
We're taking your advice that you said, Phil. It's really going to help me, and it's I'm already trying to figure out some good names.
Oh,
hey, Chris, right
No,
there,
really quick.
yeah.
Phillip, I gotta ask you too. You follow AEW, right?
Yeah, here and there, not as much anymore, but I mean,
It's not that good anymore, unfortunately.
No,
it's
I think ever since CM Punk left, it just dropped.
oh, well, I mean, he kind of dropped in the UFC too, didn't
Yeah,
he?
he did, yeah, he did
Really hard, didn't he?
twice.
Oh, he did that before
No,
AEW.
Sorry, I'm not gonna go there. All right.
Uh, but one of the questions that we have before we wrap up too, and this is where the co-hosts have their final comments or questions before I get to my
Yeah.
final comment or question, because I can't wait to have you back on in the future because you're such a wonderful man. Like, and I'm a huge fan of your work for a long time. But we're gonna start with our co-hosts' final questions and or comments. So, Robbie, your final questions or comment for the legendary Phil Andrew.
All right, not really a question, but just want to say I'm looking forward to Atlanta very much. Yeah, definitely thankful for the time. We spent some time together in Ranger Station. We shared a meal, a beer together. It was a great weekend, and I'm
Oh, they're
looking
in
forward
Philly?
to. Yeah,
Oh,
I worked Amory's table.
Rob, yes, okay, my man. Yeah, right there in the lobby, right?
Yeah,
It was right there in the
I
lobby in
helped
the
Amory.
restaurant lounge area, the restaurant bar area, right?
Yeah.
I
It was
remember that.
it was a
Okay,
good.
sure. Yeah. Right on, man.
I worked Amory's table that day. I'm gonna work a table with her again, just not
Dude,
sure which
Rob,
day.
yes, dude.
Oh, cool.
What's up, dude? Sorry
Yeah,
about that, man.
yeah.
Dude, I see so many people, but now you reminded me.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, dude. I can't wait to see you again, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be a blast. I'm literally counting down the minutes. I need this vacation. It's crazy.
Yeah, dude. Atlanta's gonna be sick, bro. Atlanta's gonna be sick.
Are you attending MCC next year in Pasadena, Phil?
Most likely, yes.
Yes, I'm going to that.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'll make it happen. How about that?
Oh, that's so cool.
I'll make it happen. How about that?
That would be awesome.
I
I'll tell you
like it.
something about this. This is no ordinary trip for me. Like, this is a 3-week honeymoon trip for me and my fiance. We're getting married the previous month, and MorphaCon is the final stop. We're staying from California / Vegas for 3 weeks, and MorphaCon is one of the very many
Oh
stops we're going
wow,
to.
dude, that's gonna be a great honeymoon.
Yes, 3 weeks.
Oh my god. Oh
And,
damn.
and I gotta, and by the way,
Vegas, LA, and whatever you're gonna do in LA, and then Power Morphicon.
I'll tell you the top 4, sir. Disneyland is in the books. Universal Hollywood's in the books. Burbank's in the books. PMCC's in the books. Las Vegas Strip is in the books, and of course, finally, the main event, and in wrestling terms, the main event, PMCC.
There you
Pete
go.
is cooking. Pete is cooking. He's
Yeah.
cooking.
Don't waste your time at Disneyland or Universal Studios. You'll probably be there the whole day and ride maybe 4 rides.
That is true. Because the ride,
Yeah.
because those lines,
There's
unless
a
you get like
lot more shit to do than going there and sitting there in line for 2 hours to ride a ride that lasts like 2 minutes.
Where
From
would you
personal experience, I can actually relate to that.
That's a
I went to
mood. It's a big
Disneyland.
mood.
I went to Disneyland
It's a
after
mood.
Power Morphicon 18, and it was the worst. I rode like from noon to 9 o'clock at night. I think I rode maybe 5 rides. I was standing in line.
Ugh.
Oh yeah, the lines. They're
the
annoying.
lines, the lines, the lines.
They
is
are
the same
annoying.
The
line.
lines
Oh,
were
dang.
annoying.
Damn lines. Unless you have a ride popper. What was it? The ride passer where you can just skip the lines like the park
No,
pass?
they
Fast
don't do
pass.
those anymore.
They
No,
don't.
they don't do them anymore.
Oh,
No, no,
Right
no,
then.
no. Now you have to get an appointment or something like that for a ride.
crap.
And so if you miss
Damn.
that ride, then you lose out on it. So no, there's no more of that skipping in the line BS, I mean, that was great because I did it. Yeah, I was like, if I gotta pay an extra $100 to where I don't have to sit there and wait in line, I just pretty much walk in within if there's a line, I'm still in within 20 minutes instead of like 2 hours. I'll pay the extra $100, $200. I don't care, whatever. No, they totally changed that up. So, Pete, well, I mean, do whatever you want to do. I'm just saying you're gonna waste a lot of your time doing that. Plus, it's gonna be like this, and there's gonna be a lot of babies
I
screaming.
see what you mean.
Yeah, man, dude, it's gnarly, dude. But what you could do,
What's that?
Critical.
and so you said like 2 days, go to Napa Valley.
I gotta try that. What about Santa Monica? You recommend that place to
Well,
visit?
Napa Valley though is about a 6-7 hour drive from LA, but Santa Monica, well, I mean, Santa Monica, Santa Monica. I mean, it's pretty much burned down now, but I mean, you can go out of the pier or something like that. I can go to Marina Del Rey, there's some cool stuff right around there. You can go more Newport Beach, Redondo Beach, something like that, but the generic in LA, Hollywood, all that kind of, yeah. I mean, if you've never been there, go see it. Fine, whatever, go see it. But if you've been there before, whatever, I would say, that, and don't waste your time at an amusement park where you're sitting in line for 2.5 hours waiting to get on a ride that lasts 3 minutes long or 4 minutes or some whatever like that. But then again, that's just me. You do what you want to do, and you have happy. You be happy on your honeymoon. So yeah.
Thank you, sir. I'm so anxious to get to my last word and comment, so we're gonna go up, and that is Mr. Vine, your final comment and or question.
Oh, okay.
No, that's
Any
it.
fun any fun slash funny behind the scenes stories you could share during filming or offset?
Oh, there's so many. There's so many. There's so many.
Especially with your cat. I can only imagine.
Oh yeah, gosh. Well, I will say, Jesse, I will say that I'll go with my first original one, and that's when I met all of them for my first time. So they'd have been shooting for like 2.5 months before I even showed up on set, because I was Sixth Ranger. And so I showed up early one morning and I went in there and got, checked in. Everybody's like, hey, this whatever. And well, they're all in Jessica Rae's uh dressing room watching a movie. And I guess from what I remember, I think Jessica put like some kind of like bump beds or something like that up there. I don't know. It was kind of really constructed where it was really cool to watch TV, whatever. And so they're all watching TV, and I'm just like, I'm really nervous. I'm coming in there, and I'm just like, and I kind of lightly knock. I'm like, hey guys. And they all stopped, paused, turned around. Yeah, can we help you? And I'm like, yeah, guys, I'm Philip Andrew, the Lunar Wolf number 6. Wolf, right? Ranger, and they were like, a what? Dude, I thought it was only supposed to be 5. I thought it was only supposed to be 5 of us, dude. What is this 6? We didn't get anything like that. I'm like, okay, guys, I'm sorry. And then I remember Jack going, bro, dude, we're just fucking with you, man, dude. What's going on, man? And then
They welcomed you with
yeah,
open
they welcomed me. They
arms.
pulled me into the room. They welcomed me and all that kind of stuff. And given, I mean, I was on different units of shooting at the beginning, so I didn't really start shooting with them a whole lot until later on the season. But that was pretty cool right there. That and it's lasted since then. I mean, I still talk to them all the time. Talked to talked to Philip Jean Marie a couple of nights ago. Talked to Jack earlier today. Jessica texted me yesterday. She's in Italy, but she texted me yesterday about something.
How
And
about Sing Wong?
huh?
Sing Wong. Do you still keep in contact with Sin?
So here's the thing with Sin Wong. Oh, good for her. She is awesome. She was a pleasure to work with. Did not have a whole lot of scenes with her, but when I started doing PMC in 14 and then 18, I mean I wasn't doing what I was doing now. I had no agent. But everybody, Ilya would show up to some shows, Ilya Volek, and
Was Allison there?
I was like, where's Sin Wong? Nobody knew how to get a hold of her. And finally somebody got a hold of her. So here we are at PMC last year.
Oh yeah.
They're all
Yeah, that was
there
our
except
that
for
was our
me.
first
I
that was
was
our
like,
first show.
I don't want to do this whatever thing that they're talking about. I'm doing the Virginia Beach thing that weekend. And then lo and behold, Ilya Volok and Sin Wong are there, and I'm not there, and I'm like, son of a bitch.
It was a great convention. I was there. Rob was
You
there.
know,
It was a great
but
one.
yeah, but no. To answer your question inadvertently, have I had a conversation with her? No. But some vague shout outs on Instagram and hey, whatever. But I'm sure we'll see each other soon. She is so awesome. And that when she delivered that line, bring what was it? Give them new life. Bring them in. What was
Oh,
it?
her chant.
Her chant, or whatever it was. I mean, she delivered it just great. It was
Oh yeah.
Philip, you
Oh yeah,
remember?
when she's gonna go
Remember?
the org.
But Philip, don't you remember when she pretended to be you and she was disguised as you when she tried to trick
yeah,
Princess Sheila? I thought that
yeah,
was a great scene.
yeah.
I remember
She
that
didn't have the
scene.
flute to play with it.
No,
Fun.
and he was like, "Quick!" He was like,
Oh,
"Wait a minute, you're not married." Oh man. But Kwam, your final comment or question for the legendary Phil Andrew?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, glad we got to spend this time with you and your advice, Phil. I'm definitely going to take that in mind, and I'm already thinking of some alternate names right now, and it's your advice is really helping me.
yeah. Please do that. Yeah, always do your own. Don't go back. Don't whether it's a number on a jersey or this. Don't ever do that. Now you can base it loosely, not too much, loosely,
Hmm.
and then write your own.
Yeah, don't worry. The story's different.
Write your own, and that way there's more respect involved instead of
Yeah.
because people are like, oh, we've already seen that. We don't need we need something new. We need new blood.
Hmm. Hmm.
Always get something creative of your own, and then
Yeah.
and then Kwame, once you get it done, make sure you copy. Sorry, I got the hiccups. Make sure
That's
you
okay.
copyright it so that if you do present it to somebody, then they can't steal that idea away from.
Yeah, I can respect that, but yeah. I just do this stuff for fun, really. But yeah, I should always keep that in mind with your advice. And also another thing, I've never been to Power Morphicon in my life. I want to go, and I'm hoping next year I can go there. So if you're there, I'll definitely come by to see you.
I'll be there.
I'm really
I
hoping I
promise you
can
guys.
get there again.
I'll be
too.
there, Kwame. Yeah, absolutely, man. Good talking to you, buddy.
You too, man. And
Yeah.
yeah, right now it's 2 a.m. for me right now in the UK.
Okay.
All right.
Don't worry, we're wrapping up soon, Kwam Kwam.
Nah, I'm not tired, but it's okay.
Oh.
But carry on, Pete.
Uh,
I'm a
Dan,
night
Dan,
owl, bro. I'm a night owl.
Time.
Dan, your final comment for the legendary Phil.
Phil, first thing, I can't wait to see you at Ranger Stop in Atlanta. It's gonna be so much fun. And speaking of, I'm sure you'll appreciate this. I mean, I'm bringing these to Atlanta
Oh,
for Anne Marie.
wow.
It's her necklace. I recreated it.
Yeah, Anne Marie's gonna love to see that right there.
I made
Absolutely.
a
He
couple.
definitely will love that.
Oh, damn. No, wait. Did you make that?
Yeah,
You made that right there.
He's
Yep.
excellent at props.
Well done.
thank you.
Well done, Daniel. Well done.
And
All right.
really quick, this is more endorse. Pete, I'm sure you'll put Phil's Twitch and Instagram,
course.
right? Because he's got
Of
some great
course.
merchandise. Because I'm looking forward to buying some stuff from you at
Anything
Ranger
help-
Stop. Phil.
Yes,
anything
I
help
will
Phil out.
I will have a lot of merchandise in Atlanta. So yeah, I'll have some old school action figures. We already have some other stuff being ordered right now. Excuse me, I got hiccups really bad. Sorry, guys.
That's fine. It's okay.
And but I will have them on the table at Ranger Stop.
You got some cool sweatshirts and the crystals. I'm looking forward to
Oh, I'm
getting some
definitely
of those,
buying the
so.
crystals.
Absolutely. Jesse, what one last thing you wanted to say?
Oh. The only conventions we get, sadly, is Supernova.
Oh, the Rangers aren't big there in the UK?
Well,
No.
for me in the UK, no.
No. Okay.
Well, yeah, in the
I thought they were
UK, I
kinda
haven't.
big in Europe.
No
And
wait.
Phil,
No
next-
wait. No wait, that's a lie. 2018, the Thunder Rangers and also West, the Red Time Force Ranger, did come to the UK for the first time in Birmingham. I actually met them. One of the nicest guys I've ever met. And they were just so much fun to talk to.
Who? Jason Font?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I met
Oh,
him.
that's cool.
Yeah.
He's so much fun to talk to, especially the Thunder Rangers.
Yeah, I talked to
My
him the other
world
night.
turned upside down.
Yeah. Font's a really nice guy. Jason's cool, dude. You know, we did that crossover episode. But
Yeah,
he-
and honestly,
back-
I'm just so glad you got to meet him. You got to work with him on the episode.
Yeah. No. I mean, I still talk to him this day and stuff like that. Aaron Cahill.
What's
Her
she
and I
like?
were in an acting class, an acting workshop before I got Power Rangers. I think maybe she was shooting at the time, or maybe she just. I can't. I'm trying to wrap my mind about what time that was, but yeah. I mean, great people. So yeah.
Yeah.
But
One more
guys,
thing too.
yeah, go ahead, Daniel.
I was gonna say, next time you're in Chicago, let me know because we'll hang.
Dude,
We'll go to Giordano's. We'll get some real deep dish pizza.
Absolutely, buddy. You know it, dude. You know it, buddy. All right, I can't wait to see you guys in Atlanta and then
Brooklyn.
guys.
Can't wait.
Well, Brooklyn, I'll see somebody here. Some of you guys here in Brooklyn here in a couple of weeks. But everybody, Peter, thank you very much for having me on. This has been amazing. This has been awesome. I love talking with fans. It's so super cool. So, thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you so much. I'm just going to conclude with one last
was an honor.
thing, and that is we feel like you deserve this, sir. First of all, I want to say thank you for not only an amazing interview. I'm going to have this sent to you pronto because I'm going to have this up by tonight, this interview. So you're going to get a copy of this tonight. I want to say thank you for an amazing interview. And me and Chris actually debate this sometimes. He thinks I sound like a broken record when I say this. And granted, he's actually kind of right when he says this, but I think of this more of his catchphrase. And I say this, sir. You have this incredible gift. It's unfortunate that you don't have the powers like you do as Merrick in real life, but you do have this incredible gift, sir, where you could take a 35-year-old fan like moi over here and bring him way down here and make him feel like that 5th grade 12-year-old who watched Power Rangers Wild Force while studying for his citywide test in 5th grade.
Oh, that's amazing. Wow.
What's funny was when you were saying you were just finished high school. I just started high school in 2002, right as Wild Force was going. That was my freshman year, and that was like just a lot. It's crazy to think about because to me that was just like yesterday. But
It was
Yeah.
it was a great year because not only Power Rangers was a great year, but also wrestling was a great year too because that was the year when WWF at the time before it became E changed they had their brand extension where they
Yeah.
went from
Yep.
you remember that, right, Phil, when
Yep.
Ric
Yep.
Flair had Raw and Vince McMahon
Absolutely.
had SmackDown.
Yeah.
And
And
the
in
NWO
fact,
came back.
in
I'll
fact,
never forget it because when Vince McMahon said, "I'll draft Rikishi," and then Rick goes, "Great, maybe we could see him stick that big fat ass in your face again."
oh, that's funny. You know, Rikishi's been at a bunch of shows that I've been to. Really nice guy too. Him, Mick
I
Foley.
actually, I met Rikishi last year at a con.
Yeah, he's
He was
super
cool.
Yeah, super cool.
We're gonna wrap up, sir, and last thing, and that is I waited for a long time to do this, and that is thank you, Phillip.
Oh,
Thank you,
Thank you,
Phillip.
Phillip.
Eric. Thank you, Phillip.
Thank you,
Phillip.
Eric.
Go,
Well,
Wild Force Ranger. Sorry, I stumped over that. Go, Wild Force.
I sorry, I had to do that.
Wild
that's
Force.
all.
Wild Force. Wild Force and the Rain. Yeah. No,
Wow, Force. But thank you
Wild,
again,
Wild
sir. And
Force will return.
yes, and I can't wait to have you on in the future. So you have a wonderful night, and I'm gonna get this interview to you pronto.
All right, guys. Hey, man. Again, I can't thank each and every one of you
Thank you.
fans, and thank you for having me on here, and for all that's going to Atlanta. It's going to be amazing, and then Brooklyn too. Petey, we'll see you there.
I'm gonna
And
give you the biggest bear hug ever, sir.
yeah, you bet, bud. And guys, y'all have a great evening.
You too.
And great talking to you. And let's do this again soon.
Yes.
thanks
Yeah.
so much, Phil.
Let's hope we
do
see
it.
you again,
Count me in.
Phil.
All
Hope we
right,
see you
guys.
again, man.
Y'all
All
have a good
right.
night.
Take care, everybody.
You too,
Thank you, man.
Phil.
One access.